Yes guys, it's Dave from Talking Wolves, bringing you a match preview, a little bit different to what we normally do. We've just been to the Express and Star Live podcast. We're all there, so we thought we may as well do a little joint podcast, not podcast, preview. Podcast may be coming. Who knows? So here we go, spoilers. Matt Cooper unfortunately can't be here, he's had to dip off. He's got some engagements, so we're previewing Wolves clash against Newcastle United. I'm here with Finners.
Hi mate.
And Ewan. And yeah, Newcastle away. Ewan, we're not going, are we?
No, I'm not going.
Plastics.
No,
but Finn, as ever, is going to be making the trip up north. Let's get some stats underway. We've never beaten Newcastle in the Premier League. I think we played them 6 times in the Premier League, and it's always been both teams have scored, and neither side have kept a clean sheet. So if you fancy a little bet, put your money on both teams to score. Yeah, we've done a little bit for the Magpie channel, Newcastle fan page, just giving some of our thoughts on there. And obviously we've heard some of the thoughts of other fans here at the podcast thing today. But lads, what we're thinking, obviously Wolves on such a bad run of form, but that win against Chelsea. Let's start off with the team selection, because it was sort of split opinion in there. Neves obviously suspended for that game. He's now available for the game against Newcastle. A lot of them in there were saying drop Moutinho for him, but Moutinho had a good game. Ewan, I know you felt that Moutinho had a pretty solid match, didn't he?
Yeah. So in the podcast, they said who would drop him and who wouldn't, and I think it's about 50-50 who would and who wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. I'd like to see him in. I thought he had a brilliant game against Chelsea. I thought he dictated the play really well next to Sace. I thought he was fantastic. So, but obviously he is a bit older. So is it going to be a struggle for him to play in this game so soon? But either way, if Neves did come in, I wouldn't be against it. I'd be like, okay, let's see what he can do, because obviously it's Neves. So,
yeah, man.
It'll be an interesting one again. But I'd like to see him stay in.
Yeah, but the thing is, if Moutinho is dropped or rested, and Neves comes back in as a blinder, how does Moutinho get his place back in that team? You know what I mean?
It's a good decision to have.
And it's so crazy that like this time last year, one, that you would say that Moutinho played for Wolves, and two, that we were even contemplating benching him for a game. But that's football, isn't it? That's how it is. Finn, obviously, you reckon other than that change, everything else should stay the same. Morgan in that false 9 role, Bennett with them long throws,
all these things that ever.
Wait, you know what someone can say? You remember in the World Cup that Iran guy did that front flip? Imagine if Ryan Bennett pulled out a front flip, mate. I'll make sure I put a little clip on it. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, but same team other than maybe that change.
Yeah, what you're saying, imagine if we had Moutinho and all that last year. Imagine if we were saying Ryan Bennett's doing long throws. Imagine if we were saying Morgan Gibbs-White's playing false 9. All of us got a bit crazy in the last few days. Yeah. Whether that's the blueprint against the big teams, I'm not sure. Whether I don't know. As Tim Spears was saying in there, the long throw thing came about as a contest after them looking at the Cardiff game, seeing who can throw it longest, which is the most un-Nuno-like thing to do. But hey ho,
I didn't think it was very much against what Nuno was thinking. Like, I know Spears said in there he did like Warnock or Pulis, but I'm pretty sure they're his best pals with Warnock now. But yeah, having a little competition, I'd assume not under the supervision of Nuno, to do a long throw competition, and Ryan Bennett comes out on top.
Sounds like a sucker, eh?
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Well, man, with some of the strikers that we've been linked with in the January transfer window, they're all like 6'2" plus, which sort of goes against what a lot of the fans want. But if you're doing that sort of thing, you're probably going to score goals off it as well. So yeah, and I think I haven't heard a negative word about the long throws yet. So it'll be interesting to see that. But Newcastle went on they've had a strange season so far. Obviously, still got all the negativity of the Mike Ashley thing. Looks like he may be close to selling up now, or getting some negotiations underway anyway. But they didn't start off as well as they probably would have wanted to. Went on a little run over the last few weeks where they're picking up wins, and then had a shocker against West Ham United. So they might be a bit fragile, but at the same time, Benitez's side might be quite hungry to try and get something out of this game. Finn, Newcastle, I mean, danger men. I think with Newcastle, it's inconsistency in it. Because some players turn up. Solomon Rondon, even when he joined West Brom, was a player that, you know, could provide a bit of quality, but never really got going in a couple of their wins, getting some big performances. But I mean, how do you think this is going to pan out?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen Rondon in real life, but looking at that header the other week, it was absolutely incredible header, and you go, here you go, he's going to kick on now, and I haven't heard his name since. I think he may have got 1 goal since then, I'm not sure, but I haven't heard much from him since. I know they were raving about the reintroduction of the Korean guy, Ki Sung-young. I know he's made a big difference, they were saying, coming in on a free, and apparently I think he set up the winner in that first win that they got, and then since then he seems to have done quite well. But obviously what a difference a few days makes. A few days ago, that Chelsea game, before that we'd have been thinking, oh, dreading the Newcastle game. All of a sudden they've been smashed and we've won, and it's looking different. So yeah, for them, I mean, John Joe Shelby's going to be hungry again. Hopefully not to racially abuse Romeo.
Oh, mate, and Stacey's going to play, isn't he? Well, last time we played at St James's Park was Stacey's debut, when that happened as well, wasn't it?
Mate,
do you remember that? Can you remember that game, though? Obviously, who scored the goals? It was Costa,
Costa and an own goal.
And an own goal. Doty got it. And mate, Cameron Borthwick Jackson played left back.
And that's just Dominic Iorfa, sorry. Did Dominic Iorfa? Dwight Gale? Pocketed.
Mate, he's never playing again for no, Cameron Borthwick Jackson's in like League One now as well. That is crazy. But yeah, that's just how much has changed in the last sort of 2 years.
I do feel like, just on that point, I do feel like with this Newcastle game that whenever teams go to Newcastle, especially teams like us, newly promoted teams, if we go a goal ahead early on, I do think it'll be a struggle.
Oh, it turns, man.
The fans there, they passionate, aren't they?
They were meant to be boycotting this game.
Really?
But I think it's been cancelled now. So, I don't know why.
Well, they boycotted until the 11th in the last game, and some of them did, and then they walked in on the 11th minute, and Hernandez scored in the 11th minute. So hopefully they do something similar. Hey, the lights have gone off.
Here we go. Go on.
There we go. It's unreal scenes up there, as we saw two or three. How many years ago is that?
2 years now.
2 years ago. Absolutely unreal. Helder Costa, obviously man of the match probably in that game. So if he can recreate that, when he wanted to run a bit more, and when he wanted to shoot from outside the box, that's unheard of nowadays. But yeah, I don't like playing the not smaller teams. Newcastle are a huge club, but teams lower down the table. Yeah. I don't like it. I never go in with a good feeling.
As I say, man, Newcastle, they'll be hungry for this. But at the same time, it's a fan base where if you do upset them, that's when they turn on the team really quickly. And with the whole situation with Ashley and so on, I don't know what's going to happen there. So let's have some score predictions then. I'm going to go first. I'm going to back the Wolves to win on this occasion. I think that game against Chelsea, we sort of almost found what works. And if we can go into this game with the same hunger and desire that we went into that Chelsea game with, I'll back us to win 2-1. And let's back... I'm going to get Morgan Gibbs-White first Wolves goal. Ooh. First Wolves goal. Finn, what are you saying?
In the preview we just did, I said 1-1. Maybe just to please the Newcastle fans a little bit so they don't abuse us. I'm still thinking 1-1. But
I'll take a 1-1.
But to be fair, when was the last time we had a clean sheet? We're due one. We're going to win 1-0. I've changed my mind.
Go on, Ewan, what are you saying?
Yeah, 1-0 again for me. I really do think... No, it's cool. I really do think that that the game yesterday when Jota scored, I think he was incredible, and I think that he's just going to kick on from that. And I do fancy him to score again. And if he can find that form week in, week out, I think once again you've got a special player like we had last season. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 Jota.
Wait, did you say who you wanted to score? Is it just going to be the Mexican?
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio.
It's always Jimenez. Confidence is huge. Confidence is a huge thing. Jota scored. Doherty got an assist. Jimenez got a goal in the last game. Morgan got an assist.
So Finn's gone Rey Mysterio, first goal scorer. Guys, if you obviously enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the like button down below. If you want to see all our reaction to that Chelsea game, we've got a review, we've got Matt's player ratings, we've also got a little interview from Mr. Don Goodman, courtesy of Finn. And obviously all the post-match content after the Newcastle game. If you're going up, have a safe trip. Hopefully you enjoy the day, and let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all very, very soon.